in to get them in. Right. I'm always nervous at this time because till I'm not able to, I always feel like the show has not begun. And hey, Milton,
Hello.
how are
Welcome
you?
to welcome to Joe of Africa.
Hey, nice to be here. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, let me take you to my
Yeah,
boss upstairs.
please do. Please do.
Hi, Richa.
Hello.
Hi. Just in time for
Hi.
tea. Have a
Yes,
seat.
I have my I have my I have my turmeric tea. You like my fun little mug?
Oh,
My
absolutely.
mug.
I have a Mickey Mouse thing that I got at Disneyland in Orlando with my son.
Oh,
So
nice,
he
nice.
told me to just take it. Yes. So how
Yeah.
are you? I like it in red.
Yes, we're both we never planned this, right? This was just
Did
like
not plan
a
this.
did not plan this. So everyone, I want you to meet Rashmi Sharma. She's the fantastic big boss of Jewel of Africa
Partner.
and
Partner.
partner. Your wonderful brother is also in the firm with you, right? Yeah. And
Yes. He told
so
me.
so
He says hi. Hi,
hi.
Richa. Welcome back. He says.
Hi. So listen, we met last year in
Yes.
Lusaka. And one of the things that I found fascinating with respect to your company was that you are a vertically integrated company from mine to market. You do everything in Zambia. So you have an emerald mine, you do cutting, you do jewelry manufacturing, design, the works. So
Yes.
just for the people who joined from my neck of the woods, maybe you could give us a quick snapshot of what is Jewel of Africa, what was the motivation behind, creating this fantastic company.
Oh, thank you. My father actually worked with the Geological Survey.
Yeah.
1992, he qualified with the FGA in London, opened up
Wait,
Jewel of
I'm gonna
Africa.
time out. I'm gonna Milton, can you there you go. Puff.
A
Oh,
little
it's
lower,
gone up. A little lower.
lower,
Can you
lower.
move it down? Move it
There.
down. There you go.
Is it
Perfect.
okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the top
Yes.
the top of your head has gone a little bit, but it's okay.
A bit higher. There.
There. Sorry, I'm a
Okay.
perfectionist.
That's perfect. Okay. Just
Go
let
for
me
it.
know when things are not going your way. So it has to be
No.
your way.
Okay, go for it.
1992, Jewel of Africa. It was actually called Gemstone Marketing and Consultancy. And I remember going on some drives to the Copper Belt with my father. He was valuing some emeralds for the big companies there. I had no
Right.
idea that I was
Right.
going to end up doing this. Even though my brother Raj was doing mining engineering, I did my undergrad. And in the evenings, my dad said, go and learn how to make jewelry. Every holiday, we were studying something gemstone related because he saw all of that. When,
Ooh.
yeah, we'll get back to that just now.
Yeah.
He saw the potential in Zambia and that the fact that nobody was doing anything with it. So
Hmm.
Jewel of Africa was formed 28 years ago. We just
Okay.
celebrated our big anniversary a few years ago, our 25th anniversary. But why we are cutting and polishing, manufacturing, all of that locally is because we can. Zambians can. We have the resources. We were young. We saw the potential. Our dad was with us the whole way through. Um, what can we say? Raj did the cutting, I did the jewelry designing, and then we did the jewelry manufacture. One jeweler to 5 jewelers to 40 jewelers. Now we have over 100 employees. I mean, but it
Wow.
took a long time. We grew organically. We never borrowed a penny. Everything that we made went back into the company. And so
Right.
it's been a long ride, but we have progress and we've seen progress, recognition, respect. And yeah, the
Yeah.
sky's the limit. If there's a limit, I don't know.
Yes. No, no, there is no limit.
No, there isn't
So,
any. And so the cutting and polishing, I mean, training the Zambians to do this, there is no industry per se in
yes.
Zambia, right? There's one
It's
company, Jewel of Africa,
basically
and a few
mining.
others who are trading or mining.
Yeah.
And so if you could do it, everything under one roof, I mean, we're blessed to be in Zambia because the mine is here.
Yes.
That is actually the bottom line. The mines are here. We don't just have emeralds. We have 8 other gemstones, 9 other gemstones. If we can get other people to join in. Yeah, other Zambians to join in. So that is the story in a nutshell. So I hope people out there, I know you haven't, well, if you haven't heard of Julep Africa, here we are. Welcome to Zambia, and I will introduce you to all the other gemstones that we have.
Yes. So Rashmi, I'm really looking forward to this session, because this is going to be quite a treat with you educating us on, you know, what Zambia has to offer, the mineral wealth that Zambia has to offer. So I'm going to now stop talking, and I'll keep jumping in, but, you know, the floor is yours. What's the first thing you're going to show us? So do you want to take
start with an I'm going to start with taking the phone.
Please do. Take control. Take control.
How do I do this?
There you go. Hi, Milton.
Okay, there we go.
Whoa.
Right. Thank you, Milton.
Thanks, Milton.
Okay. So here we are. I'm trying to get the best light to show off the copper. Now, Zambians and Zambia has forever known and relies on our copper, on the wealth of the copper that the country has. But within this copper lies a plethora of more wealth and gems that are spread out quite nicely all around the country. I mean, our emeralds right over there.
Right. Yes.
Just that one over there. And I mean, thanks to Gemfields, our emeralds have reached global standards or premier standards because of its color, its saturation. And I mean, just a little area over there can is actually supplying more than 40% of the world's emeralds that are out there. And the potential of the emerald growing into the northwestern province.
And your mine is over there as well, right? In the Copperbelt region next to Gemfields, if I remember correctly.
Yes. We are next to Gemfields. So now here, I wanted to show you some of the saturation that we have in the emeralds. Okay, so this is so this is something that I would classify as a 70-75% color saturation, but the glow is immense. And that's because it has only one feather that's up there that's hardly visible. It's not oiled, so there's no iridescence or, you know, that oily, what were you going to say?
So that's a no oil?
That's a non-oiled, completely natural, 10 carat, 9.8. I wanted to round that off just so that it would sound fantastic. But it's actually 9.8. It missed the mark. And it upsets me every time we miss the mark. But the cutting is 100%. I mean, it's 50-50. There is no window in there. There is glow that it's splendor. It's a green splendor emerald and a splendor.
And this was cut in Zambia in your factory, in your workshop.
This was cut in my factory, yes. And at the end of the show, we'll take you for a quick tour of the factory.
Yes,
and we'll show you
please.
Yes.
Please.
And this is before I take my camera off of this, is the kudu design. So in Zambia, not only do we have the copper, the gems, we have a lot of life, a lot of wildlife. Wildlife. And one of the amazing, one of our national antelopes is the kudu, with its grand horns that are high-reaching, and, you know, they're just like a crown on top of the head of any deer. Right? So this has been my signature piece for over, I don't know, 20 years. I think this was my first piece. Our first billboards had ginormous kudus with flames behind them and bushfires behind them. And I think it's just become one of my best sellers, even at the airport stores. So the kudu is symbolic of Julep Africa. There you go.
Excellent. Yeah, it's a gorgeous piece. I love how you have done a contemporary interpretation of, it's not a literal interpretation of the kudu. It's modern, it's chic. It could be, you could wear this anywhere. It's not obvious.
Yes, and I've done smaller abstract pieces without the ears, and it's just plain gold. And sometimes you can use a triangle head instead of a teardrop head. But I mean, this is another one. It just, I don't know if you're catching the glow in this stone.
Yeah.
You see that? This is another 5 carat. Excellent cut, no windows, hardly any inclusions to speak of. And then, so you go from a 75 to an 80 to a 90 to
Oh,
something that's
wow.
95 percentile, you know, the saturation of the chromium and the
Can
iron
we,
in something
can,
like this.
yeah, can you take that out of the box? Is that possible?
Sure. Yeah, hold on.
So that we can, oh, look at your
It's
rings. My gosh.
I know I'm overdoing it today, sorry.
No.
But we're going to talk
Hey.
about the red one, and the green one is my mother, so I don't take it off. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Can you hold it? There you go. That's the sweet spot. Can you bring it a little closer and just hold it on the top corner? There you go. Wow. So what saturation is this? What percentage of saturation would this be?
I would like to say it's
That's very
above
deep.
95 to 100, but the ICSL guide refuses us to say anything is above 95 to 100 because normally they say if anything is of
Wow.
that superior quality, then it's most likely not real. So I would like to
Right.
say 98. I don't know if I'm allowed to. There might be some people
Right.
watching who may say no. But maybe I could be biased because I am Zambian, and Zambian emeralds have this rich saturation that I can't
Yes.
stop looking at. I'm actually still trying to figure out the best. As I bring it
Oh,
closer
that's
or
nice.
further away.
Oh, that's
Did
perfect.
you
That's
get
perfect.
that?
There you go. Yeah, you need to be patient and just take a deep breath and hold still, and then the camera will focus. Yeah, I think we got the
I
color.
almost want
So
to
now,
use. Yeah.
so tell
Speak.
me now, this level of saturation and
Yes.
which is like 90% plus versus the
Yes.
kudu. I mean, the kudu, though, even though the level of saturation is less, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good shot. Now you can see the
Voila.
difference in the color. You can see the difference in the color. With the loose
Yes.
emerald is closer to the primary green versus the one in the kudu. But then the kudu would hold color at night probably better than the one which is more saturated, correct?
Exactly. Now, this has been one of those things I always talk about is I've seen the value of emerald grow over the past 20 years. And it's,
Yes.
almost 60% where we started selling off very, very little. And now it's exponentially, every year it's exponentially higher. But what I've noticed is initially, if I was selling the really, really dark ones, they would be of very, very, that command a premium price. And the
Yes.
lighter ones wouldn't. And then
Yes.
what happened is I have emeralds that are even darker than that one. And
Right.
they sort of stayed there. They didn't move.
Right.
They didn't go up in price because I
Right.
think at the end of the day, women are the ones who dictate the pricing,
Yes.
the demand, right? If
Yes.
it doesn't shine, we don't want to wear it.
Right.
Right? No matter how many diamonds you put around it, at the end of the day, you're going to get dressed up at night. You want
Yes.
everybody else to recognize that it's an emerald.
Yes.
It's not like, hey, what are you wearing? And
right.
you have to tell them it's an emerald. So
I think that's
this
a
is the
really
difference.
important point that you've hit, because I always say this, and I think especially because of the warm tone of the Zambian emeralds, you have to see the stone in different lights. You see it in the day, see it in the afternoon, see it in the evening. I mean, with
Yes.
any colored gemstone, color is paramount, right? But at the end of the day,
Absolutely.
I think what really sets apart quality is if the stone is able to hold the color in the evening light. And I think that's, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I tell people actually take your piece
Yes.
under the table. And if it
Right.
sparkles, there.
Right. Yeah.
It'll always sparkle.
I do this
because
under
you're
the
not
table
going to
as
walk
well.
around with floodlights on your head
Yeah.
and expect the jewels that you're wearing to sparkle all the time. It must just
Yes.
sparkle. But I mean, having said that, this
Yes.
is just a very, very royal, rich green,
Oh,
rich
beautiful.
grass green. Like
Beautiful.
this is after the rains. Yeah.
Yes.
When I say after
No,
the rains, this is what we
absolutely.
look for. Even the back,
Yes.
every facet.
Can you bring it a little closer and a little higher in the corner? Yeah, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful. But emeralds are not the only thing. Now, before we switch gears to something
Yes.
else, I also want to make a point that your company you were also the first Zambian company to win at the Gemfields auction. And the lot that you won, I think, was one of the first ones which had the paternity test from Goblin, correct?
Absolutely. And we were so lucky. I mean, when they called us and said, "You've won," my brother and I like, "Really? Are you sure? Call me back again." So this one, yeah, let me turn the camera over again.
Right.
This one here
Yes.
is one of the first ones that was impregnated. And there were 4 others that we impregnated with the coding, which said Gemfields, Jewel of Africa.
Yes.
And then I've also offered the services when they sell that we will recode them. This is at the Goblin Labs. We take them back and recode them for posterity, for posterity. So people will put their family names in there, and forever there would be coding embedded in there with this. It's like a barcode. Right?
Yes.
So
yes.
for example, Richa
Absolutely.
Goyal purchases that. I need to get a hold of your husband.
Hey, you know, my husband, I have to say this. Now I'm saying this and he's watching this right now. But I mean, okay, since he's watching, I won't say it. No, yeah, no, a lot of my colored gemstone purchases, you know, have been very personal purchases, because I think colored gemstones now, I think my husband also appreciates and understands colored gemstones better. But of course, you know, it's you know, and colored gemstones have only sort of emerged in the forefront in the last, I would say, you know, 15, 20 years, right?
Yes.
I mean, otherwise, people have been very fixated on diamonds, and you have a lot of color on the table. So let's talk about other stones that Zambia has to offer, and move away from my husband.
Sorry, husband. We'll chat later. But I think one of the reasons why colored stones hasn't quite made it as good as diamonds is because a lack of marketing efforts. I mean, if those big companies, like, again, I'll mention Gemfields, can afford to spend millions of dollars just on marketing, we're you know, we just hang on to them for their marketing. And then we all benefit. So, and color is, you know, you have birthstones, you have color, people can say yes in color. You know, you've heard that phrase before. Yeah. And then being in Zambia, it's all about the color. And we'll actually get to diamonds. I'll talk about that as well soon.
Right.
But moving on from emeralds, which is in the Copperbelt province, which is right there. Are you seeing this map properly?
Yeah, perfect. It's perfect. Yeah.
So I'm just going to quickly say, I did a TED Talk last June.
Yeah.
After the TED Talk, we discovered Luapula province here had turquoise.
Wow.
So we discovered the most beautiful turquoise, which I have. Look at these deep blue colors.
Yeah,
I mean, lovely. We have the lighter stuff.
Yes.
And in the same, and all around Zambia, people went looking for gemstones. We found turquoise, we found azurite, we found, I mean, there's a big boulder of azurite and malachite, you know, fused together.
Beautiful.
Stalactites far away. And then, I mean, turquoise, we're still trying to figure out what to do with it, but you know, it's already a very established gemstone, and I know over the centuries people have found meanful uses for turquoise. But
it's a very ancient, it's an ancient stone, you know. It features in Egyptian jewelry, in you know, I'm talking about
jewelry.
Absolutely. It was you know, our ancestors valued stones first for their color, and you know,
recently, well, I don't know, I'm using it because if it's copper content, it's a aluminium copper phosphate. So anything that has copper in it, and if you put it in water overnight and add some warm water in the morning, drink it, you're going to swallow some copper. Apparently it's very good for your throat and lungs chakras and all of that. If you believe in that sort of thing. But why not? Okay.
Why not? So what about
you
tourmalines?
need to tell me to stop and move on. Yeah.
What about tourmalines? Yeah, no, because I remember
should we go clockwise?
Yeah.
I'm wearing a map of Zambia on my finger, actually.
I love it.
This is very representative. It's a ring.
Right. I love it.
So, garnets. Moving clockwise from the turquoise is the dark pyrope garnet and the manganese colored spessartite garnet, right? So this is on the northeastern part. There's Malawi and Tanzania. They also have a lot of garnets. happening.
Right.
But in Zambia, we have
Oh my gosh, look at
garnets
those
that are the
stones.
deep, you can see the pink.
Can
This
you
is,
open that box?
I can, but yes. Okay,
You're
let me
worried
just,
that it'll just make sure
right.
everything doesn't tumble out. Or no, just show
This
it.
is
Just
when I'm
hold it
supposed
up.
to show you this.
Oh,
This is
wow.
when I'm
Look at
supposed to
that.
show you this. This is my Jewel of Africa ring.
Right. And that's a garnet?
And this is what we call the sunset garnet. Can you see the
Nice.
Zambian, the African sunsets are so rich orange.
Right.
That this is your spectatite. People will almost think that it's hessonite, but it doesn't have the
Right.
brown in it. It has a
Right.
lot more of the manganese. And if
Yeah.
you see over here, the sunrise
Yes.
garnets,
Right.
the pyro garnets, the rhodolite
Right.
garnets. I mean, I can pull them out now.
Right.
And I have some rough that I pulled out earlier.
Right.
And which,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
You decide.
So
You're in.
I'm trying to see. I mean,
You
this
can
looks
hold
like
it,
sometimes
I
when
think.
I ask my girls, look at that.
Wow.
Sometimes when I ask my girls to pack my table, they sometimes put the rhodolite into the tourmaline because that's how rich pink.
Yes. Someone actually
said
pink tourmaline. But the sunset garnets, absolutely. Someone said the sunset garnets are amazing. I couldn't agree more. I was just, the last couple of posts I've done has been, wow, I love this color. Look at that color. It's like fire.
Look at that color.
Oh.
And there's no metallic inclusions. I mean, sometimes you would have metallic inclusions that reflect light and add to the fire. That's why it's called the fireball garnet. And what I tell people when they want to purchase one of these is, again, take it away from the light and see if that fire is maintained with the yellow light or without the yellow light. And yeah, they glow like fire. So I say to them, wear it at night.
Yes.
You can do the stone a lot of justice just by wearing it at night because it glows. It's almost like fluorescence in diamonds, when they go blue. So I take it under the table.
Oh my gosh, look at that. I love this under the table stuff. It just, someone saying it looks like volcano eruption from the earth. Beautiful.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
fire garnet.
So that's why the sunrise is like the sun, and then that's the sunset, and the pinks
I love
and
sunrise
the dark
and sunset.
reds. And then somewhere here, I have a little green one as well, over there, but that's from Kenya, so we won't go there. But it's no effort. I mean,
it's
there are a lot of gems in the region.
Right. Someone saying rubies. No, yeah. Go ahead.
Rubies. Okay, I'll switch back. Camera.
These are not rubies. These are garnets.
Before garnet, we were going to talk about the Aquamarine, so we'll talk about Tourmaline a little later. But if you stretch this boundary of Zambia just a little bit, you end up in the area of Montipuez where the Gemfields is mining their rubies.
The ruby mine.
There. And I was just thinking, whoever made this map could have just done that a bit, because coming back.
But it's that same belt, right? It's that Mozambique belt, basically, which stretches all the way up to Kenya and Ethiopia, geologically speaking.
Know if it's the Mozambique belt or the Zambian belt or the Malawi belt. I mean, it's a belt, right?
Right.
So if Mozambique takes the cake of having the best aquamarines, and
so let's look at some aquamarines, because we've already gobbled up 25 minutes. So let's look at some aquamarines.
Into the map, so
let's
look at some aquamarines. I'm going to show you some serious aquamarines. Look at that color of aquamarines.
Oh wow!
All right, so I
that's rough.
This on Instagram, and I had said, when was the last time you saw such color, such inky blue, indicolite blue, like tourmaline blue? And they have the lighter color on one side and the darker color on the other side. I mean, depending on which axis you cut it on. Obviously, you're going to want to cut it on the darker axis. But this is what we find in that same area. All right, over here on this map, unfortunately, we have a light blue.
Yes.
But these dark blue ones are the ones that we're aiming to get.
And here's the thing, these are all untreated, right? Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, my God.
Completely untreated. So
look at that this big one.
Again, we're going in hiding under the table.
Yes, you're going under the table. Try not shaking the camera too much. If I can give you a little bit of, I know we're all excited right now. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
great. So you're under the table right now?
I am. I'm away from all the light.
Okay.
I just,
Wow.
I just don't want to get stuck with my buttons when with the lights and they
Yes.
change gear. They go from white to yellow and
I
then yeah.
can
So it just
I
messes
cannot
me.
stop looking at that big aquamarine in the corner. How many carats is that?
So this here used to be 183 carat and a little flaw on the corner. And I said,
Uh-huh.
well, take out the flaw. And now
Right.
it's 165 carat flawless
And
double blue aquamarine.
someone is saying heated for sure. So,
Absolutely unheated.
oh my
Absolutely.
God.
Yes.
Oh
So, I
my
mean,
God.
usually if they have an inclusion and you heat it, it's easier to tell. But I mean, if you get those colors in the rough, why would you want to heat them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And look at
And
this guy here. Look at the depth in blue there.
yes,
And you compare it to the other blue on top, which is a regular
right.
aquamarine. The world
It's a
knows it as.
pale. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But this is like
It's
a
a
really
very,
rich blue. It's incredible, and the cutting is superb. Because here's the
thank
thing that
you.
here's the thing that I always say about aquamarines, because they're such a pale material. It's such pale material that it's, you have to cut it really well for the light to come out. Otherwise, it's just dead. It's so the cutting is, it's a stone. It's a stone that is, it has a very high standard, and you need to have a really good look at these. They're just amazing, and you have some morganites in there as well, and you have some greeny ones, but they're all unheated, huh?
All unheated. Yeah. So usually the greeny ones would get heated to give you a blue, but they would
The
give you a
blue.
lighter pale. The
Yes,
heliodors, right? So this
yes,
is the
yes.
morganite. That's also coming in from the same area. There's lighter
Right,
morganite, darker morganite. So,
right,
I mean, this whole area is beryl, right?
right,
I'm not
right.
sure why there's probably no chromium or iron over there to give us enough emeralds. But
Emeralds.
if this is all
Right.
beryl area and that is all beryl area, so we have a lot of beryllium happening in this
Mm-hmm.
entire region over there. Yeah.
Excellent.
So
Can we see
making your
some
way,
jewelry?
yeah. Yes, aquamarine jewelry, or wait, we're getting to jewelry. What have we not seen
Okay,
yet?
sorry. Sorry.
Yes,
Uh,
we've done emerald, kudu, and
yes,
jewelry.
yes, yes.
We've done garnet jewelry. That's the ring.
Right.
And I mean, there's a whole shop right outside my office, which
No.
we can visit. But tourmaline,
Yes.
right? This is something.
Oh, yes.
If
Talk
you
about
start,
tourmaline.
if we start tourmaline at the middle over here, that line, this is DRC over there, right?
Yes.
The Democratic Republic of
Congo.
Congo. This is
Yeah.
Mozambique,
Right.
Zimbabwe.
Right.
But if we go from the middle of the country
Right.
into Malawi, right?
Okay. Yes.
We have the green and the pink that's stuck on the map.
Uh-huh.
And those are the colors that people normally know. I'll
Right.
show you what else Zambia has in terms of
Oh
color.
my God. Oh
Yeah.
my God. The color is so rich. It's
Yes.
incredible. Look at this. Oh, this is the thing with tourmalines. You could just keep staring into the depths like emeralds forever. Just look at
This
that.
is like a storm brewing over the ocean. Can you feel that?
Ooh, yes, I can. That's a
Yeah.
fantastic description.
Display. Thank you. And this is natural. I
Yes.
mean, what I did was I just buffed the top. I left the back natural,
Oh, so
just
it's a
so that I could
rough.
show it to you today. Yes.
It's a
Just so
rough.
I could show it
I
to you today. Even
love
the
it.
back is gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh,
So these are the colors that flow from the center of the country into Malawi. And we have, and you see, I have a few tourmalines over here. This is the perfect map of Zambia, which I'm not allowed to cut because
no,
it's
you
Africa.
shouldn't.
Sorry, Africa, not Zambia. So
Yeah.
you see that
No,
rich
I love it.
rubellite color.
Yes.
Now, what has rubellite done in the past couple of years? You do tell me in the East. What do you think?
Sorry.
What has rubellite done in the past in the East?
Well, I think rubellite has really come up as a great alternative to, if someone wants a nice big stone of that red, purplish, pinkish hue, and, it's a nice alternative to rubies or to any other red stone. So I think
Yes.
I remember posting a really incredible photograph of a ring with a rubellite, and a lot of people thought it was a ruby, but the color was so
Yes.
rich and the size
Yes.
was It was a nice, big, chunky cocktail ring. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's a tourmaline.
So between, again, Mukushi, Syringa, you go from pink to green.
Yes.
And then what happens is, you
oh
see
my
that?
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you change the axis.
Right.
There's
So
your pink and your green. Yeah.
So you
most
went
would
from the
know.
C axis. Just hold it still.
Yes.
So that's your C axis, right?
Correct.
And then
Yes.
you're going to the
And
A
then
axis.
That's right. Yeah. And so this is just one combination of green and pink. So most of you who would know tourmaline is dichroic, right?
Yes.
So if in Zambia we have 8 shades, different color shades, not just of pink, but every other color on the C axis, and 8 different colors on the A axis, gives you a permutation of 8 to the 8.
Wow.
Which
That's
is 64.
incredible. Yeah, no, that's incredible. So there are 64 different permutations and combinations of
from the
tourmaline.
center of the country into Malawi.
Incredible.
Now, which other country? Yeah, I mean, this is what we should really be proud of. Yes. Apart from the entire copper,
yes.
silver,
yes.
gold, gems. In the gems alone, this is an industry
yes.
on its own.
Yes.
Right?
Someone's asking, has Jewel of Africa ever exhibited in India?
We have not exhibited in India. We have people who have purchased in India.
Right.
And
right.
so they exhibit Zambian gemstones, I guess, for Zambia. Not for Jewel of Africa, but for Zambia.
Sure. Right.
So I'm going to show you something. This is going to be...
Oh,
this
yes.
is the piece that you wanted to see some jewelry.
Oh my gosh, I love this piece. This is what I posted also for the invite.
Yes, when you said today live. This was
right.
It. So do you see the blue?
Yes,
the yellow?
I do see the blue.
See the blue, the yellow, and the brown. All right, 63 carats. It has an inclusion in the middle, but these inclusions just make everything real, correct?
Absolutely. I'm a big inclusion lover. You know, give me...
Okay, good,
yeah, no, I'm a big inclusion lover.
Not too many, though.
Not too many, as long as it doesn't take away the beauty of the stone, which this is not.
Yes.
This is a, you know, and the richness of the color is just amazing. And the way you've set it, where did this design, the idea for this design come from?
Okay, so this took a couple of days. We cut it. There's the green earth and the brown and the yellow. And what's blue? The sky is blue.
Perfect.
Right? And so the brown lands, where do we live? We live in Africa. We sell tourism. We sell the big 5.
Yes.
This is our valley. This is our, you know, our wildlife scene happening right here. You'll get to see, if you can see, focus in, there's your buffalo, there's your tiger, there's the giraffe. There's the kudu, but again, the horns need to be a little bit more majestic. There's the elephant, the lion, and there's the rhino. And there's another giraffe. And then the acacia trees, that is our local flora and fauna. And it's it's, you know, set in 22 karat gold.
Oh my gosh.
It's matte finish right over there. And then I've done the black rhodium on the trees just to set it apart, right?
Yes,
And then the white rhodium, and there's a few diamond specks on the top of the branches to bring out the leaves and actually make it look like a tree, like there's some life over there. And then so this stone was a dream piece. I mean, usually what happens is we cut something and I ponder, it sits on my table. Maybe it'll take a few weeks, maybe it'll take a month, but this one, I think it took all of 2 days.
Really?
The only thing that took time was making it, drawing it. I wish I should have had my sketch out. But this is definitely from my dreams.
Oh my God, it's an incredible piece. It's an incredible piece. And I think it's beautifully represents, and that tourmaline center stage is just it's perfection. It's just perfection. And I love how you've incorporated the color of the tourmaline, the sky, and the land and the earth. It's lovely. It's perfect.
That was God's doing. We just made sure that we cut it.
Properly.
We cut it, to make sure that the blue stays in there. But have you seen how we curved the top?
Yes, I
If
saw
I had
that.
taken that off, it would be very little blue. And then
Yes,
at the right light, you see the yellow greens, and that's,
yes,
the grass
yes,
and the
I see
ground,
it.
the dirt. Yeah. So
I see
I
it.
can't think of anything else I could have done with it. I mean, I'm open to suggestions. Hopefully there are designers out there who are looking, and would you change the piece?
I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it.
Thank
I
you.
mean, just imagine, just imagine walking into a party wearing that. It's such a statement piece. And
Yes,
no, it's
thank you.
gorgeous, gorgeous.
And
And so,
now, yeah.
yeah, go for
No,
it.
no, I was going to take you back to your safari adventure in Africa when you came to
Oh,
Zambia. All right, are
right.
you ready for this?
I am. I am. I hope so. I hope I am. Oh my gosh, look at that piece.
So
I love
this
the way
is
you incorporate the stones in your designs. It's like they're playing a character or a role, right?
this one absolutely is, because you see it's a 44 carat bicolor tourmaline, right? So the green
Wow.
part is the tree, the brown part is the roots.
Yes.
And what our Zambian very big, strong Njovus, they're called Njovu, which is the big, mighty elephant,
Oh yes.
they are notorious for going around ripping trees and
Yes.
destroying people's gardens. And this is you are better suited to tell a story on this. So go
I
for it.
know. Well, this happened in 2007 in South Africa. And we'd gone there. We were at a private game reserve, and there was a elephant in must. And if anyone knows what that means, it's basically a teenager who's itching for a fight. And we were watching this elephant on a boardwalk or a patio, and someone moved a chair, and this guy turns around and comes charging straight at us. I mean, he's massive. And I thought I was a
Did
goner
he look
that
as
day.
angry as this one? Have you seen how angry this one looks?
Oh, yeah,
This has those
absolutely.
wrinkles. Like, yeah, I'm a
Absolutely.
no nonsense elephant. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we were saved because of the presence of mind of the staff. They rushed toward the elephant with, like, they had pots and pans that they were banging to kind of scare him and freak him out. But this is just a beautiful representation of, I think, their personality. You see, here's the thing. When it comes to designs which incorporate animals, and some of the great designers from hundreds of years ago have always been sort of trying to capture the spirit of the animal, whether it was, Fabergé or some of the other Van Cleef, Cartier. But the
A
thing
lot
is
of
that
Indian
whenever
jewelry. Yeah.
a lot of Indian jewelry as well, but I think
With
when you
elephants. I mean,
create
this is
something
very
with,
Indian.
yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, the eyes, the eyes and the
Yes.
facial expression, you know,
Yes.
it's very important to capture the spirit of the animal. Otherwise, there's no point in creating something like this. This is fantastic.
And this is large enough
Yes.
to stop traffic, actually. And I
Oh my
think
God, just hold
people
it
who
there.
grew
Oh,
up, do you see that?
look at that. And I love the
And I
way
think,
the gold has been textured to give it
yes,
more life and character.
because they're always dusting themselves. I mean, they're
Yes.
actually putting dust on themselves when they go down the valley, and all the dust and the water, and so it sticks on them. But growing up in Africa, I mean, all our field trips, our
Yes.
holidays, let's go to the
Yes.
bush, let's go to the bush, let's go fishing. And so these guys would come join us for lunch. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
it's conceptual art. And I had an exhibition a few years ago where I actually did. So the safari piece was the
Yes. Yes.
major attraction.
Right.
The elephant. I had
Yes.
lions, leopards. I had birds. There are so many
Right.
bits so many animals that were
Right.
represented. But
Right.
these are the ones that were showing off our gemstones. It's the larger piece,
Mm.
right?
It's an
So then,
incredible piece.
yeah, let me know when you've had enough of elephants, and we'll move
No,
on.
well, I haven't had enough. I haven't had enough, but we should move on because we have 20 minutes left before
Oh gosh. Okay. Yes. And we have to show
Instagram
you the
cuts us
website.
off.
Right. Okay. So 64 different permutations of color from the middle of the country into Malawi. all the way down there. And we will find tourmalines in many, many areas because tourmaline has all the, I mean, a lot of the elements from the periodic table that are playing around. It's a very, very complex borosilicate, and I don't want to get into that technical stuff. But if we go further down into Southern Province, okay, so this here is a rather dark Royal Siberian Amethyst. Okay, so I'll give you a better representation of that.
Oh my God.
Okay, do you see? Yeah.
That is incredible. Can you bring it
This
closer?
is a 280 carat. I don't see any inclusions in it. It's cut to perfection, not a scratch. What you can see actually is zoning in there, and I think the zoning adds the purples to the reds, and the fact that I have the copper plate at the back does help. But I mean, it really has the pink flashes in any light.
Yeah, I love the zoning. I love the zoning. I think it just gives it some extra. It's like a velvety. It's a velvety color. It's like a rich velvety color. But a fun thing about amethyst, I don't know if you know this, but Catherine the Great, the Russian empress, amethyst was actually her favorite stone. And in the early sort of 1800s, at one point in history, amethyst was valued at par with diamonds. And the reason why Catherine, yes, of course, definitely before De Beers. but I think but the reason why the royals also favored amethyst, and you still see, you'll still see someone from the royal family wearing a complete set with amethyst, is because it was purple is the color of royalty. And there were, in fact, in ancient times, there were sometimes decrees that only people from the royal family were allowed to wear purple. So there's a lot of symbolism and a lot of affinity to that color, and specifically to amethyst with royal families, historic sort of royal families and royal collections. Oh my God, this color is driving me insane. Just look at that color and look at the facets. Oh.
And look, I'm trying to look for inclusions on the camera while you're chatting, but it's a fantastic story, and I can understand why this is called a royal purple compared to other amethysts that you do find around the world. And they have a purple, but they're mauve, more of a mauve. And if I put the two together, I mean, you can see zoning, but I mean, so. In Zambia, not only do we have the Royal Siberian, it's called the Royal Siberian because I think Siberia, and you've been just doing a talk with the Russians. Did they talk about amethyst at all when you did the talk?
Which talk?
The Russians, where you were talking with Russians recently, right?
Oh, no. I meant that I just did. I'm doing a series on Instagram right now on Royal Russia. Right. And so I've been researching a lot about Russian history. But yeah, my gosh, look at this. And not just Russia, I think royal families across Europe, valued amethyst because of the purple color.
Right.
And but I think Catherine the Great stood out for me because it was her favorite stone.
Right. Hence the Royal Siberian. And you can actually see the zoning in the lighter one much better, right?
Yes. Yeah. You can see the zoning.
You can also see the crack in there, but I'll get back to you on that crack. Before we move away from the Zambezi area, this is the Zambezi, and at the end of the Zambezi, what do we find is the majestic, our Victoria Falls.
Oh my gosh.
This is the eighth wonder. Is it the eighth, or it's one of the wonders of the world, right?
Oh, amazing.
And
so
notice
this was made in Zambia?
This is made in my workshop, and you'll have a quick visit of the workshop right now as soon as we're done.
Right.
And the splashes of diamonds happening over there, we call the smoke that thunders, because the volume of water that goes down the Victoria Falls is so great that the splashes will go all the way up to the, people who are microlighting above the Victoria Falls will feel them.
Yes.
Right. And so the depth is represented by the darker sapphires. This piece, initially, I mean, this was the time when we were still learning how to do a pave setting.
Very
right? And
interesting. Yeah,
so,
because this is something that you would say, oh, we could get this made in Bangkok, right? And
yes,
made
but the
quite
whole
well.
idea, yeah, the whole idea is to train locals. We need to train ourselves. Why we can do this. I mean, even if it takes us time, we have the time. We have the youngsters. We've got a lot of school leavers or school goers who want to learn how to make jewelry now. We've even not employed, we've partnered with the UNHCR and
Oh,
training
really?
refugees. Yeah, we're training the refugees to learn how to cut and polish and manufacture jewelry so they can go back to their countries, their respective countries, and hopefully start a new industry based on, you know, cutting their own. I mean, DRC is very, very rich, right? And
Yes.
later on, I'll take you to one of the girls who has a lot of promise.
Yes.
So this was one of the major pieces that represents the
Oh my God,
Zambian.
it's beautiful. Beautiful.
And now we can move away from the Victoria
Yes.
Falls, right at the end of the river Zambezi, right?
Yes.
Now the Zambezi River goes upstream
Yes.
into the northwestern province. And the northwestern province, it is what has the lighter amethyst, the mauve-colored amethyst.
So I'm interrupting you
right?
because someone was asking what the white stone in the necklace, is it pearl? But they're diamonds, right? They're not pearls.
Yes, yes. No, they're all
They're
diamonds.
pearls.
Initially I was using dark aquamarine, light aquamarine.
Right.
So we could make it completely with Zambian gemstones, but they kept on breaking and the exhibition was coming up 3 months later. Yeah.
So these are diamonds.
Learned that carving sapphires is a lot easier and less breakage with diamonds.
But the white is all diamonds, right?
The white is all diamonds. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, let's go back to the map. Sorry, we have.
Let's go back to the map.
Yeah, we have 12 minutes left.
Okay, getting there. So we have the Zambezi River God. Are you going to tell?
Yes, I am. So, well, why don't you tell us the name of the god? Because I don't want to mispronounce.
Right. This is called the Nyami Nyami, right? This is the Zambezi River God. So when the fishermen go out fishing, they wear one of these talismans around their neck to protect them from the crocodiles, from the snakes, or even the seahorses, because this looks like very much like an in-between snake and a seahorse.
Right.
And I've been trying to figure out how they came about with this, but it's been passed down centuries, I guess, lots of cultures later. But I think you have a better story on how do you think we came up with this?
You know, I mean, I'm not a historian, but I'm a history addict and a lover. And one of the things that I've always noticed is that when it comes to the snake motif, you know, it's prevalent throughout the world. And the problem sometimes is that a lot of the history before colonialism tends to be lost sometimes. And but so I've been doing a little research after we spoke, and you know, right from the time of the Egyptians, like this is wait, I'm going to show you something else. Hold on. This is a nice photograph of what I'm talking about. So I think the snakes,
the crown,
yes, the snakes have always symbolized rebirth, renewal. They've also, in Russian and Chinese culture, you know, they morphed into dragons, right? So different cultures have different interpretations. If you look at India, Indonesia, Thailand, you know, we have the Naga culture. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece. We have the Naga culture, which is also, you know, half snake and half human mythological sort of creatures. And I think the other one that I want to quickly show is from this book. I'll post it afterwards. It's 1st century AD. It's a pair of bracelets, you know, which are, so 1st century AD, right? So I think the snake motif, you know, whether you look at Medusa or you look at different sort of cultural references, you will find it. And it's, I think there are various reasons for it, because before religion, before society, before politics, you know, as human beings, what did we worship? We worship the sun, we worship the river, nature, animals, and that connection with nature, it lives in us at a visceral level. So even despite colonialism, despite the advent of religion and politics and you know, societal structures, that connection doesn't go away. And I think which is why this you know, which is why this stays, basically, this, which is
Right.
why this is sort of continued even if the history is lost. This is another example,
There you
and
go.
something
Right.
that you could now these rings are actually Roman, first century BC. And you know, and this could be, you know, you could find this ring in so many countries, but that
Yeah. Yeah.
motif is very unique. It is
Right. Right.
yeah.
And so, well,
One of my
Mhm.
followers, Billy, is saying
Mhm.
that she's very sleepy because she's on the West Coast, and she actually has
I
been
know my friends in Australia past
yeah,
midnight as well.
yeah. Well, you can watch the talk once this is over. I'm going to share it for 24 hours, and I'll share the video afterwards also. And Billy is actually working long shifts in the hospital in the US.
Okay.
So we thank her for
Thank
her
you.
service for
Thank you,
sure.
Billy. Yeah.
So,
I just want
right.
to say before,
Yeah.
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 Okay, so we talked about the amethyst, that is the royal purple, and what they do with the most of the miners, because Zambia is known for its amethyst production, is they bury it back under the sand. The sun heats the sand and
Yes.
changes it to a citrine, which is just a breakdown of the coloration from iron 3 oxide to iron 2
So
oxide, and gives you a
let me
beautiful
get this
golden
right.
color.
So they basically take the amethyst, bury it in
Yeah.
the sand, and let the
Mm.
sun and the heat
Sun
of
do
the
its job.
sun do the
Catalyze,
job.
yes.
Do the
Right,
job.
they catalyze the breakdown. Exactly. So you have lower down, you have more ametrine coming out, and then finally they'll become citrine. So this
Right.
stone in particular, once I was doing a talk and I put it in
Yes.
the oven and I pulled it out too soon, so that's how it cracks. See that?
Yes. Okay. Well, now we know.
But I want
Listen.
to talk about this quickly.
Right.
Is
Yes.
the kimberlite pipes that we have under the ground in the Western Province, okay? So we have the
Really?
DRC, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe,
Yes.
Angola, all of the countries on the West,
Yes.
diamond producing countries,
Yes.
right? This is just a manual boundary. We
Yes.
have really, really tiny kimberlite pipes. So if anybody's listening out there who's interested in diamond mining, we have the pipes. You just need to come and dig them out.
Yes.
There you go.
Teeny tiny little technicality. You need to just come and dig them out. They're there.
It's just $1 billion industry, so I can't afford to do it.
No.
I'm hoping somebody else is watching who can. Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? I mean, we were talking about diamonds and colored stones before. Now, at the end of the day, you know, as much as a lover I am of colored stones, when it comes to setting something, I need the diamonds around my little colored stone, right?
I commented on that gray sapphire before.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me if you want
Yes.
Milton to quickly take you for a
Please.
walk and to show you the refugees at work. Yeah.
Yes. So I think because it's a little noisy inside with all your wonderful team members working, we'll dash in. Hi, Milton. Wait, should I say bye to you?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
You're coming here. Okay. We have 6 minutes.
Outside.
We have 6 minutes. Oh, stay with me. Stay with me.
Guys over here, they're the cutters. And I have to tell you something. That woman over there started to learn how to cut only 2 months ago. While her associates are still making cabochon, she has moved on to refractive index gemstones and knowing exactly what their critical angles are. Thanks to Ben, who is the master teacher over here, and he teaches all these guys how to cut and polish. So we have about 5 to 10 refugees, well, not 5 to 10, all the ones who have been cleared, making, learning, training.
Amazing. Okay. This is amazing to see.
This workshop over here is the workshop for Master Jewelers workshop. We have Mr. Manda, who's been making jewelry since 1974. We have Bianca, the only female jeweler. Now, what are you making? We're making a diamond channel band. Say hi. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Bianca. Nice to see you again.
Right?
I remember her. She was seriously working when I was there last year, and she's seriously working.
She's the only serious female jeweler that I know of in Zambia, right? In Zambia, not from other countries. Where's Mr. Lungu? So Mr. Lungu usually sits over here. told him not to go anywhere, but he's gone.
Of
He used
course.
to be a caddy at the golf club. And
Right.
now he's irreplaceable. I mean, his skills are irreplaceable for us.
Amazing.
So if someone goes missing, I go a little crazy. I was like, where's Mr. Lungu? I need Mr. Lungu. Anyway, let's walk. Mr. Manda, what are we doing? Mr. Manda, since 1974, he is older than many of us watching.
Oh, that's incredible. What is he working on? But you know, this is amazing to see. I think for me, spending time watching an artist bring a stone or a piece of jewelry to life is this is what it's all about at the end of the day. You know, we see the glamorous side of things in an advertisement in a magazine, or you know, some sort of a TV commercial or something very glamorous, but not realizing that at the end of the day, all of that luxury and glamour is feeding into you know, this industry of artisans and supporting them.
Have you tried making jewelry yourself?
No, I haven't. I have blessed to have friends who allow me to collaborate with them. Hello.
Say hi. What's your name?
Hi.
Aditya, she's one of our refugees, and she's the genius cutter who's now
Excellent.
moved on to this side because she's the only one who's actually faceting a stone.
Well done, you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
And now,
But this is incredible to see, and you have you know, it's incredible to see everyone working. I mean, this is a massive setup from what I remember last time. And
Of everything.
oh, this is the design side of things, right?
Yeah, the caddying. So there's two types of caddying. There's the larger pieces of wax that I created on one 3D printer, and the finer print. So there's my famous Njovu.
Right. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
And so I think we can go back to your office to say bye quickly. We have less than 2 minutes left. And, you know, on one of my earlier talks, I got cut off and I didn't realize. So this one, I'm now keeping track of time so that we're able to say a proper goodbye before we get cut off. And I want to just take a minute and thank everyone for joining us today. You know,
and I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to show us off.
No, it's my pleasure. You know, you're still open in Zambia. You're not in lockdown here right now, right?
No, we have no lockdown. Most likely we won't be locking down. I don't want to tell you what the Zambians think about it, but business as usual, except business is not as usual, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, of course.
We sell to the world. The world is in lockdown.
Yes, absolutely. Well, hopefully, you know, my view very quickly is that because this thing has spread so fast, you know, everything in this world today is happening so fast. Content is getting consumed so fast. This virus has spread so fast. We'll